Good morning, children. Welcome back. Today we are continuing the chapter life process, discussing the exercise questions. Okay. Today we will be discussing four questions starting from fifth. Okay. And we have already sent the detailed video of this chapter early in advance, and this is to supplement your understanding about the exercise questions, and this is only revision based. Okay, revision based question. Okay, revision based. So the fifth one is this: what are the differences between autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition? Of course, you know that. In autotrophic nutrition, the green plants and cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. You know, green plants. All the plants you see around us are green because of the presence of the chlorophyll. Green colored pigmented bacteria, we can say blue-green algae or cyanobacteria, which are free-living bacteria. Okay, different forms like nostoc, anabina, oscillatoria. All these are found in water, in the paddy field, marshy soil, and also they are found symbiotically with other organisms, other plants. Okay. Anyhow, the cyanobacteria or blue-green algae are also photosynthetic. So there are two photosynthetic group of organisms: green plants and blue-green algae. What happens in them? For photosynthesis, they take up the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through stomata. Stomata and lenticels. Lenticels are seen in the roots. They are the openings present in the roots, whereas the stomata are seen in the leaves and the green parts of the stem, through which they absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is 0.03%, and it is too negligible. Okay, but this carbon dioxide is required by plants, only green plants, for photosynthesis. And certain bacteria do not use carbon dioxide directly, but only green plants. Okay, they absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through stomata. Plants get water from the soil. Plants absorb water from the soil through root hairs by the process of osmosis and also by diffusion. When the roots absorb this water and minerals, you can see, the root cells get this, and there develops a force, what we call it, that is called root pressure. Okay, and we can see our green plants, photosynthetic organisms, photosynthetic plants absorb sunlight. That is the ultimate source of energy. Okay, sunlight, and convert the sunlight into chemical energy, that is glucose. So we can say carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight are the raw materials required by the green plants for photosynthesis. And in addition to this, there are some raw materials. There are some substances like mineral contents that they absorb through the soil, okay, by the root system. Now the second question: where do plants get each of the raw materials for? Okay, that is all. Now the first question it is this: what are the differences between autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition? In autotrophic nutrition, we can say the green plants synthesize their own food by using the raw materials like carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. And the autotrophs, use this food directly for releasing energy in the presence or absence of oxygen. So they do not need much of the enzymes for digesting the complex food, because they are synthesizing, autotrophs synthesize the food in the simplest form, that is glucose, that is being utilized by the green plants directly. So there is no need of enzymes for digestion of food in autotrophs. Whereas in heterotrophs, they get the complex food from outside. There are different modes of heterotrophic nutrition: parasitic nutrition, symbiotic nutrition, then we can say insectivorous nutrition, hollow soil nutrition like in human beings and other animals. In them, the enzymes are required. Enzymes break down the complex molecules into simpler forms. Thereby, they can release energy and also absorb the molecules into the blood for releasing energy. Yes. Now, seventh question: what is the role of acid in stomach? Stomach is the main digestive center of human gut or alimentary canal. Stomach contains gastric glands, which is the only branched glands in our body. The glands in the stomach is called the gastric glands, and this gastric glands secrete juice, what we call gastric juice, and this contain mainly mucus, then pepsin, a protein digesting enzymes, and also pepsin, the renin. All this also contain HCl. So the gastric enzyme or gastric juice contain various types of enzyme or non-enzymatic substances. Enzymes we can say two. What are they? Pepsin and renin. Then non-enzymes, so we can say mucus and also the HCl. Okay, mucus we have studied that protect the wall of the stomach from acid. Protect the wall of the stomach from acid so that gastric ulcer can be prevented. Okay, when HCl is produced in the absence of food in the stomach, the what we call the mucus protect the inner lining of the stomach, thereby protecting our stomach from the gastric ulcer or acidity. Okay, right. Now we can say HCl convert the alkaline food. The food coming from the mouth is alkaline. But for the pepsin to act on this food should be acidic medium. So the HCl convert alkaline food into acidic food, thereby facilitating the action of pepsin. The pepsin can break down the proteins into peptones or peptides or small protein molecules. So got this? Second function of the HCl, that they destroy or kill the pathogen happens to enter into the stomach through food. So they kill the pathogen. That much powerful is the acid. So acid, HCl has two functions. First one, HCl convert the alkaline food coming from the mouth into acidic food, thereby facilitating the action of pepsin enzyme. Okay, so that the pepsin can break down the proteins into small peptides. Then HCl also kill the bacteria that or microbe that happens to enter the stomach through the food. Okay, right. Now the last, what are enzymes? What is its function? Enzymes are biocatalysts that break down complex organic food into simpler forms. Okay. The enzymes break down the complex organic food like carbohydrate, protein, fats, and also we can say the nucleic acids. Mainly carbohydrate, proteins and fats or lipids. They are broken down into simpler forms. The proteins are broken down ultimately into amino acid. Then fats or lipids are broken down into glycerol and fatty acids, and finally starch into glucose. They are ready for absorbing into the bloodstream.